He sees our path. Something terrible happened here. This area, it feels wrong somehow. I sense an old suffering.
Members of the local coven were persecuted here. And worse.
Witches?
Salem's history with witches may have been distorted over the years, but some things are true. The witches of Salem did their best to thwart Shaw, but he rallied his congregation against them. The catalyst of the infamous Salem witch trials. When the Coven called out in distress, it was Lilith and Sarah who came to their aid.
They came all the way from Transia with the Abbey to help a group they had never met?
You may not believe it, but I'm sure you would have done the same. Isn't that why the Sons are here today? Aside from that, your mother and Sarah both saw the signs of Chthon's influence. They knew there was more happening in Salem than the persecution of witches.
Chthon's corruption had taken root in the New World just like the colonists themselves.
And while Lilith and Sarah were still preoccupied in Transia, they entrusted one of the Moon Seals to the Knights of Wundagore, who brought it to the Coven with the hope that its power would reinforce them enough to deal with Shaw.
But that is not what happened.
Unfortunately, no. When the plague came to Salem, the same one that afflicted your father, Shaw used it to further agitate his flock by placing the blame squarely on the Coven.
And the witches?
The mob was vicious. And the rest is history.
But what about the Moon Seal?
After the trials, the Moon Seal vanished along with Shaw. Without drawing any conclusions, I think we can both guess where it went.
If this was his church, then it is possible the seal is still here, or somewhere nearby.
You read my mind. Good hunting, dear.
Was this always here? I may have forgotten a few things, but I feel as if I would remember a decrepit church on the grounds.
You may not remember the structure, but maybe you've heard of the man responsible for it? Hiram Shaw? This was his house of worship, and like a great many things on the grounds, Sarah preferred to keep it in a sort of mystic quarantine. Even I haven't been inside.
Is that all she did while I slept? Seal things off for our protection?
She can be overzealous at times, but in this case, she was right to be wary.
So, what dark secret does this place hold?
When Hiram Shaw first came to Salem, he was little more than a charlatan posing as a preacher. He managed to convince a few desperate souls to join his congregation, and with their help, he broke ground on this church. Whether it was coincidence or fate, in digging beneath the church, Shaw found something that would change the course of all of our lives. A long-forgotten page of the Darkhold.
If Shaw found a page of the Darkhold, it was because Kuthan wanted it that way.
I tend to agree. That cursed book is always seeking out a way to return its master to power.
And a power-hungry preacher makes for the ideal messenger of darkness.
Yes, Shaw was an eager study, consumed almost immediately by the whisperings of Kuthan and the Darkhold's power. Nearly overnight, the people of Salem, old and new, were at his threshold, waiting for the word.
Autumn thinks otherwise. This must be Shaw's study. How long did the Salem witches hide here before meeting their end? This place looks so lonely. Noble Oster guides my hand. Is not like anything I have seen on the grounds before.
And yet, it's familiar somehow.
Like the wards of protection that Wanda invoked to protect Dr. Strange's sanctum?
Very perceptive, dear. Maybe you should approach the good doctor and see if he has any insights. And Hunter, be circumspect. Dr. Strange is no fool.
Hunter.
Getting back out there feels like the first step to...
Ah, Hunter, I was just admiring the collection. Someone spent a great deal of time piecing this library together. I hope you don't mind me, having a look around.
Of course not, Doctor. The library is an asset to us all.
I see I'm not the only one who's taken an interest in these works. You haven't been getting into anything precarious, I hope?
I've found something on the Abbey grounds that I think you should see.
Oh, sounds mysterious. By all means, lead the way. I typically avoid venturing this far from the Abbey, especially at night. It makes Tony nervous, you see. Not in the "I'm concerned about your personal well-being" doctor sense. I think he's actually more afraid. You were right to bring this to my attention, Hunter.
We thought it resembled one of your wards of protection.
There's a reason for that. It's the same magic Wanda invoked in her attempts to protect the Sanctum. But what is it that you're chasing out here? These wards aren't something to toy with.
I will not know for sure until I get past this. Is there any way to dispel it?
Unfortunately, no. What good would the wards of protection be if they were so easily broken? But I have been wrong before, at least recently.
Do you have any suspicions as to who may have conjured this here?
Wanda spent a great deal of time out here, and she had the power.
She does have some experience with these spells, but why would she do that?
The only way I will know for sure is to find a way through to the other side.
I'll think on it and see if I can come up with some way to assist you, Hunter. For now, though, you'll have to be patient.
Yo, it's good to see you.
How goes it, Hunter? Or is it the Hunter?
Bunazua. I don't think Caretaker wants me in the library.
Are you certain?
Oh yeah. She did that thing where she squinted at me, then cleared her throat about 5 times.
I am very familiar with that.
The library used to be my second home in the Abbey. I think it'll be good for me to be in there. But I don't want to push Sarah any further.
Agatha spent most of her time in the library. Is that what is really going on?
It always comes back to Agatha.
You cannot change what happened.
I know.
But you cannot let it keep you from moving on.
You know what's so messed up? When Lilith... when she took me, I forgot Agatha existed. Now I'm myself again, and it's all flooding back. I find myself wanting to go back. Not to Lilith, but to forgetting. You're right. If I'm part of the team again, I have to face this. Thanks, Hunter. Such an amazing time. What shall we chat about?
A successful collaboration. You know, I really could do just as well without you loitering back there.
How else am I going to steal your secrets if I can't see what you're up to? All right, let's get started.
Are there any curses I should be aware of? I think this may have actually been in the possession of the...
Ooh, new coil. Let's get to work. Let me do my... Sometimes, I even impress myself. Another magical mystery box. And to think, I used to design sentient future tech. See that? This is some of my best work. So, what did you have in mind?
So, do you have much experience with smithing? Perhaps you should put your suit on for this.
Where do you think... All right, now we're talking.
I assume through some sort of elaborate computer-aided precision manufacturing process.
This forge fire is something special. Well, that's how it is now. Later.
Nice to get some fresh air. Hardly any cobwebs or go. Ready to work? Later.
We've stumbled on a Hydra unit unloading some of their stolen bounty. Unfortunately, their crates are rigged to self-destruct if the required keycard isn't swiped first. And Hydra's agents are carrying the key. You'll have to move quickly if we're going to recover any of their equipment.
Yes, ma'am.
Not a problem.
isn't a spade. Systems active.
Here we go. I'm not sure if it's ethical for people like us to beat up chumps like you. I'm on it. Watch this. Now they're really in trouble. They're going.
You've secured one of the crates. See if you can't get the others.
Take this.
Wow, I'm glad you're on our side.
So long have we waited for your blood. We will. We grow weak. She bolsters our number. Serve her with honor.
Can't seem to lose them.
They've armed one of the crates. It's going to explode if you don't get that key.
I'm going in. Still coming this way.
Very
getting up.
You've secured one of the crates. See if you can't get the others.
Here we go. I think you got him.
We can wait no more.
You had your shot.
Sure I can't change your mind?
Another of the crates is armed to detonate. Get to that key card.
Not bad.
Looks like you could use a hand. Haven't felt this good in years.
Don't blink!
Pull that off, Captain.
I've got your back! Keep it up. I'm not worried.
The spirit rises. Suffer the pain of your victims.
So that's how that works.
They've destroyed one of the crates. Focus on getting the other keys.
Must lead to restore our strength.
I could have made that so much worse. Interesting.
That's one shipment Hydra won't be receiving.
Hunter, I may have found something of interest to you. The means to surmount that obstacle you were so interested in. The secret lies with the symbiote you recovered.
If my suspicions are correct, it can be used to disrupt your troublesome ward in the same way that my own wards of protection fell at the Sanctum Sanctorum.
What do I have to do?
Without going off on an overly technical Starkian rant, the alien itself has a very unusual composition. Its seemingly gelatinous structure seems to interfere with the ward's resonance frequency when channeled with the appropriate magic.
You are not going to ask me to retrieve more of the creature, are you?
That shouldn't be necessary. Although a cooperative venom would be invaluable here, I think we can make do with what's left from before. I left a vial of the symbiote on my desk in the forge. If you're intent on removing the ward, take it with you. Discreetly.
Thank you for pursuing this further, Doctor. I doubt anyone else could have made this kind of discovery.
You're too kind, Hunter. Besides, I think our mutual friend has done quite well in guiding you so far.
We have many mutual friends, Doctor.
Oh, I think you know the one. But don't worry, your secret is safe with me.
Well, that is reassuring, Doctor.
And now I should be getting back to my work, but do be careful out there, Hunter, and don't forget about the vial on my desk.
Hi.
How goes it, Hunter? Or is it the Hunter?
Salutations.
Hunter.
What do we have today?
Sup, Ancient One?
Let's touch base. It's good to have you around, Hunter. You don't treat me like some of the others.
How so?
America didn't exist in your time. With you, I get to be Steve from Brooklyn. Just a guy with a shield.
We are all in this fight together. Why would we not treat each other as equals?
And I appreciate it. I hope you know that. You have your own legend to deal with. That expectation must give you some trouble.
I had not noticed anyone treat me differently.
I've noticed. Tony is handling you how he once did with me. Wearing kid gloves and a smile while he figures out what makes you tick. And none of the Midnight Suns wants to let you down. Nico especially. Like it or not, your words and actions carry a lot of weight. Don't lose sight of that.
Thanks. I will keep that in mind.
Sorry. Didn't mean to lecture. Let's get back to it. I don't know how to thank you.
This is a distillate from the Venom symbiote. Strange thinks this will dispel the ward. These appear to be human bones.
I suspect we've finally found the last resting place of Hiram Shaw. Judging by the looks of this place, he was locked down here for quite some time. I can't say I pity him.
But how would he have ended up like this?
Someone sealed him in and made sure there was no chance of ever escaping.
Someone?
From what we've seen, I believe this was your mother's handiwork. She must have used the Darkhold page taken from Shaw to seal his fate. Literally. And I'm sure that means Sarah was at the very least aware of what Lilith had done.
My mother was right to do this.
I can't be so sure, but I'm certainly not feeling any sympathy for his plight.
I would hope not, considering what he did to the Coven.
I can only imagine how angry Lilith and Sarah were when they finally arrived in Salem. In some ways, locking Shaw down here almost seems merciful.
I do not see the moon seal here.
You're right. I don't sense its power here either.
I found highly detailed drawings on Shaw's desk. They were concealed with some kind of magic.
Magic that's no match for you, it seems. Let's give those drawings a closer look.
Autumn must not see it that way. These bones have not been disturbed in a very long time. Autumn does not answer. These drawings.
They're witch warrens, places where a witch might hide using magical means. Judging from the detail he put into these, Shaw must have studied the warrens for a long time before making his move.
He tortured them there.
Yes, I suspect so.
Why?
The witches wouldn't give up the moon seal. Our gift doomed the Salem Coven to an unimaginable fate. These drawings may yet be useful. I will bring them back to the library for further study. Meet me there tomorrow night.
How long did the Salem witches hide here before meeting their end? These bones have not been disturbed in a very long time. There must not be anything here. Ah, I see you have been reunited with your grimoire.
Actually, it's my diary. I'm not ready to be reading spellbooks again. At least not yet.
Making a new entry?
I am.
About what?
About you, actually.
May I read it?
No way. It's a diary, Hunter. It's private.
But I want to know what you think of me.
You really have to ask? Come on, you're one of my closest friends here. You're the first person since Agatha who believed in me. I mean, really believed in me. So, I'm setting it in ink because I never want to forget how you took a chance on me.
I have no doubt you would have done the same for me if our roles were reversed.
I'd like to think so. Your friendship means more than you know. Although I'm still not sure I deserve it sometimes.
What makes you say that?
Because I'm dangerous.
But you know that is exactly what makes you a formidable sorceress on the battlefield.
Sure, but it also makes me potentially deadly to my friends. I mean, what if I'm conjuring some spell or hexed some hellhound and accidentally hurt you? I couldn't live with myself.
I am the Hunter, Slayer of Lilith, Scourge of Hydra. I stalk the dreams of the Dark Legion. I am the boogeyman Nest Mothers tell their little Lilin about when they want to keep them in line.
I don't think Nest Mothers have baby demons, but the message is clear. Not to mention adorbs.
There is nothing adorbs about me.
I get it. You're as tough as Teflon.
I do not know what Teflon is, but yes, I am as tough as they come. I doubt you could hurt me.
Let's hope you're right. I don't want to be the cause of any more pain for anyone, ever again.
Except for Hydra. It is okay to cause them pain.
Right. They're the exception.
And Shadowhounds, Nest Mothers, lower-level Lilin, and Lilith. Do not forget to hurt them too.
Okay, okay. I get your point.
I hope so. Because we need you, Wanda. We need you to bring the pain. Just be sure to aim it in the right direction, and we all will be fine.
Thanks, Hunter. You make me feel needed, and sometimes that's your own special brand of magic.